everyone, welcome back to Team Frostbite's reactions for RWBY Volume 8.
Hello.
In the last episode, some shenanigans happened up in Atlas, where Penny's sword was stolen, and Nora overcharged herself, and we discovered they have really stupid designs for manta ray-shaped airships.
They are not stupid.
Oh, I had a thought about the end of that last episode, and because when Penny, when I was editing, I noticed that when they pulled the swords off of Penny, I'm like, why didn't that happen with Pyrrha? And then I remembered they rebuilt Penny, so obviously Pietro just designed the quick release swords into Penny, right? So it makes actual sense that Hera was able to pull them out.
But like, would that be quick release if it wasn't like Penny's decision to quick release? Like, wouldn't that be like a flip switch? Or would that just be like, it's just like kind of like the mechanics on a gas station where if you drive away, it just has an automatic release no matter what?
I mean, you know, when it's like, when these things are sharp enough and strong enough to like rip Penny in half, it's probably involuntary.
Alright, I'm back.
Wait, we're still synced, right?
Yeah, I'm synced up.
Okay, just making sure.
Because you didn't last week, and I had to go through and like
I did.
find moments. Well, you didn't sync up with your camera. You didn't didn't like clap.
I see.
Or, like,
well,
do anything like that.
you have to worry about that this week, both for that you're not editing and two, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
recording
don't have
my
to worry
camera.
about it. It's all Raven's problem.
That and Britt's not recording camera right now. Our dear Britt here is a little under the weather, so he's not recording the camera. But you still have his lovely melodic voice to you see? Isn't it?
Oh, that peaked. Have fun with that.
Rocks you right to sleep. Right to sleep.
Yes.
Now, before we begin, I do have a shout out because we completely forgot to shout this out last time. Katrina made some wonderful art for us, very similar to Dora's, where it's Yang doing the Instagram post about with Oscar Gain carried away in the background. So I'm gonna flash that up on screen, and hopefully everyone can appreciate that, because I actually, she went through the effort of really finalizing this piece of work, and I just felt like I said, hey, we put it in the next reaction, and we completely forgot. So I apologize.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably more like relevant to this week because
yeah, they're probably gonna follow up on that.
They're probably gonna return to that storyline this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would have gotten all goo over this artwork, and then it would have been like, oh, they're in the stupid Atlas building. They're not even chasing Crunchy.
Yeah. And for the record, this is the last week that my prediction will stand, that the trailer was from the first 3 or 4 episodes. So let's see, because I think we might cap out, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. You guys all loaded up and ready to go?
And unfortunately, we were not able to have a live stream this week. Live stream this week. Because we didn't have the reaction available to talk about. So hopefully this week we'll have it up by Friday for the live stream.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about both episodes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was.
And it'll take 8 hours.
Hey, all right.
All right.
Pulled my beer.
Yes. So we loaded up, everyone?
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
3.
Right. Rooster Teeth.
You know, now that you said that about that freaking Sentinel Raymond that goes peekaboo, the show's about to start.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, guys.
No, that's
I'm
Brit.
a centipede.
You gotta put Brit's in when that thing comes up.
Also, oh god, Hare's face there, I never realized, looks really, like,
It's
constipated.
Oh yeah, she's just like,
I'm so mad.
She's always mad.
That's her secret, Cat. Marvel.
I like how they have Whitley in the intro, despite him probably being the least relevant. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
That mirror transition still seems weird to me, like, from between Watts and Pietro. it looks. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't look right. Like when they finally pass into the middle of the mirror, like they could probably make something a little bit smoother there, but instead it's just like it's a sharp cut. It feels like from Watts to Pietro.
I wonder when we're gonna get our Mercury and Emerald episode.
It's gonna be this episode. They're not even gonna talk about any of the other characters.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a recap episode where they go shopping and they talk about everything that happened.
They talk about all the previous volumes.
Yeah, like the past 5 seasons from Emerald and Ruby, or Emerald and fucking Mercury's point of view. That'd be great.
Okay.
You should have seen the look on Joanna's face. I don't think she'd ever lost a fight before. Fair and square.
Talking to, I guess everybody. Yeah.
Herself. Okay, I need to know how that got in there.
Out tonight. Guess
It's part of its semblance.
He produces flies. They just come off of his body.
Yeah, you should be.
for what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, it was yours.
It was, though.
What?
I made a deal with the darkness.
What? I mean, yes. Okay, it was partially. That was on you.
Kind of.
What kind of Kingdom Hearts bullshit is this?
Oh, his
I made a
name
deal
is
with
the
the
Darkness?
darkness.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Tyrion
No,
Darkness.
I think his
don't
name
you
is
know?
Tyrion.
Tyrion Darkness.
I thought,
Thanks, Crow.
maybe I could be around somebody.
Cock blocking. I mean, yeah. No, I get you. I get you.
me.
No, it feels like childish writing.
Childish dream.
A fairy tale, one might say.
Believe it or not, I know a little of what that's like. When people
We haven't seen any of
Oh.
this.
push you away, it makes a real
Wow.
connection.
My semblance is bad luck.
No, but like,
Not literally.
Never thought of it that way.
You don't get to keep that.
I didn't.
What? Your voice sounds really bad this volume. Like you did not get into the groove.
If you really
You're
wanna
still a
know what
prisoner.
happened,
yeah. But wait.
It will be the fist bump. In
I
order
thought,
to
I thought
regulate
you
a
could just tell if
5-meter
the
distance.
people you're holding the hands with are telling the truth, not.
You mean
No, it glows green.
Right,
When-
but why would
when-
hair hold her hand?
getting an Legion handshake?
No.
What position is that?
They were gonna hold hands. They were gonna hold hands because they were about to get lewd.
Can't you just open one of those little hexagons?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Perfect description of the entire show right there. Well, that was almost exciting.
Oh yeah, these guys.
Yeah, here, there was that camera shot. Wow, Pietro, your hovercraft is shit.
They were
What?
designed.
There's
were
a
prototypes.
cold? A cold?
That's the problem with the bikes.
They're a prototype. That he was still working on them.
Is that how that works?
I think there's gravity dust in the shield. Is it purple?
Yeah.
It seemed like it. Yeah.
All right, that was okay. That was that high five there.
Oh. Oh. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that helped.
Ah, smart. No, that is smart.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like it broke free.
That actually did help.
Oh. Oh man.
Shake him off.
Oh, dude. I love video games.
Yeah.
Oh, now you have no conniption about firing at the thing while Oscar's right there.
And pose for the camera.
Oh.
Oh, cool. Oh.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Can we edit like some Mario Kart music over this?
Dude, I would, but that copyright is way deadlier than anything Rooster Teeth could throw at me.
Yeah. Do that for the uncut version.
You say that like I do uncut versions.
Oh, you fool. Is that the exact same frame that they showed when Ren was looking at the...
Listen, man, it's a very weak part of the bicycle.
I mean, they have the same bike,
Yeah,
so they
really
might have the same
instantly
screen.
weak.
Oh, I mean, it was the same, component that was blinking red.
Well, you just lost your nice new shield, buddy.
Oh, that's cool.
So are we...
I mean, this is actually a pretty Kinect fight scene. I like it. Why would you not look where you're
there's those
going?
eyes.
Oh. Oh, come on. All right. Well, that was cool. I'll give him kudos.
Yeah,
That was a good chase.
I like that. I'm mad. That was cool.
Hey guys, I'm a whale. Oh hey.
Oh,
You know what? I
look.
take it back. He's incredibly relevant.
Not another word.
I wanted to just close the door.
Father,
She
I don't
is.
want us to harbor fugitives.
She
too.
is a fugitive.
Our family has a reputation.
Reputation?
I'm just saying that we've already lost all the house staff, and Mother locked herself.
Not the wine cellar?
Not the garden?
To save Atlas. Look, our friend is hurt. We just... We'll be out of your way.
Fine.
Oh, good job.
To meet.
Your room.
That was...
What?
What?
That was a
That was-
really bad line
That was
read.
That was
weird.
a very
Oh.
bad line.
That was
Well,
a really
I
bad
know.
line.
I mean, I get
Like,
the concept of the line. It's just that she fucking botched the delivery.
what, she always wanted to say that?
If you're worried...
Like, that feels like... Oh yeah, now we're gonna get this really satisfying moment where she finally gets to stick it to him. Ah, if only had something that... Oh no, it was over.
Transport back to Mantle.
Why are you even bothering with that thing if it's just slowing you down? Oh my
Health
god!
bars. Literal health
The
bars.
Colt's actually bringing steaks, guys!
Ren.
Which one of you had the map?
Thought when you were up in the air.
I did. Before I had to cut myself loose to
Oh,
help you guys.
damn. What a bitch.
Something you need to say?
Not really. Wouldn't want to.
Holy
I mean,
sugar.
okay,
Okay.
be honest, would you rather be, like, heading off towards Salem with no, like, recourse back to the
Oh,
ground?
yeah, of course, of course.
Well,
But,
for you?
Guys, they're not going smoothly at all.
I hate to break it to you, but that's part of being a huntsman.
Huntsman, we clearly weren't ready. Guys, stop it.
Were we not ready when we saved Haven? Lamp to Atlas.
And then we lost it. And after that, when we had
I
to
like this a lot.
decisions,
I'm not
Yeah.
saying much because I'm actually quite into this.
We did
job.
everything perfectly. But if we'd
Neat.
done nothing, things would be even worse than they are now.
how could Salem has the lamp and Oscar? We've
look
got
at
no
this.
lamp, no armor.
How did...
We've got the man.
Oh, okay, I remember.
The whole city for Salem. People are going to die because of
What he wants? Abandoned mantle? You think Atlas is still going to be able to float to safety now that...
decisions we should be making.
I love his
We have
little-
no idea what we're doing. Okay, both of you, cut it out. I'm
Huh.
way over our heads. Ruby is barely more than a kid. I'm just an orphan from the middle of nowhere. Ren, I am.
Holy shit, guys!
Ah.
This is incredible!
Huh.
Oh my
Ren
god!
finally
Who wrote
went
this?
full
He
ham.
popped, dude. He popped.
You don't think we should be huntsmen? Fine. But I'm getting out of the cult.
Who wrote this episode? I want to give them a hug. If it's Eddie, I
What if this one's in the Eddie episode?
I would be scared for a lot of reasons.
That was hot.
Oscar, we're going to be okay. What?
I'm gonna need you to gut yourself right now.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Oh, the 4 children.
Okay.
This is really uncomfortable. I'm choking.
So small, this new host of yours.
So small.
Kinky.
Didn't break you.
Look at Crunchy, such a good boy.
Dude, give him scritches.
How many years since we saw each other like this, face to face? And nothing.
Well, I'm actually feeling the Dom energy from Salem today right now.
Reunion isn't living up to your expectations.
Okay. Yes, I'm definitely feeling the Dom energy from Salem today.
You can pretend, boy. Not yet, at least.
Huh.
Perhaps you and I can have a better working relationship. Awesome.
How'd you know that?
Was it?
How'd she know?
Relic. My
She read the
forces were
script.
unable to
Cinder?
locate the relic beneath the school.
My Ozma.
Is used some means of deception to hide its location differently than the others.
Oh, okay, that makes
Why
sense.
didn't he hide all of them that way then?
It was up his ass. Guys, it was literally just up his ass.
You might want to burn those gloves.
Possible. The password for the
It's password.
Lamp is all out of questions.
Way to lie.
Yeah. Get the whip. Oh, fuck.
Not
fuck.
the titty twister!
Laser beam.
Crunchy's such a good boy. Come here.
Oh, such a good boy.
Wow, that. Okay, I'm getting.
Just
I'm
put
getting
a
some
little
Salem feel.
treat on his nose. That would make the scene so much better.
I fucking loving this.
mind and souls indeed. One of you. Not much care if it is you or Ozma. Either way, I'll finally.
I won't tell you anything.
Damn.
So,
Oh!
He's gonna just beat him up like a speed bag.
Yeah. This is. I love how.
Oh, dude,
like,
if you wanted
Salem
to get
could-
revenge for Haven Academy, you're gonna want to do a whole lot more.
Yeah, this is going to be like the other 10 episodes
Yeah.
of this season.
Haven
And this is
Academy
why
ruined your
Salem-
character.
This is why Salem is a good leader. She doesn't like. She could easily just keep zapping him, but like, yeah, this would actually help my subordinate work through some shit. So I'm gonna let him do it.
Yeah.
Is that
An experiment.
It's a
Uh-huh,
good
okay. Well,
replacement.
okay.
Did you need something?
It's summer. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I guess.
I think. Do you hear that, my pet? She thinks. She.
Oh, I love the head shave.
That warrants me caring about either of those things.
Now go over to Neo and
Like, praise her. Give Neo a hug or a head pat.
The bolt means nothing. Let me claim it for you.
Oh shit.
Great.
Okay, I moved.
I have shown a great deal. But I do hate repeating myself. Is that clear?
Without you, I am nothing.
and you don't deserve me.
Oh my god. Crunchy's best boy right now. I love him. They did a really good
Bruh,
job
you a
with him.
simp. That's what Neo's thinking.
She said, I just want to check on something. We'll be back before anyone realizes.
Oh, wait.
You know, I'm surprised that Neo is comfortable. I'm surprised that Neo is comfortable doing that, considering the last time that happened, she went. Boom,
Well, I
out
mean,
into
she must
space.
have spent like a week floating down from that
Yeah.
airship, so she's had time to
Oh
get
my
accustomed
God.
to it.
Oh.
Can help. I won't tell anybody.
Are there like jellyfish out there?
Can we get the gang back together? Oh, damn it. I nearly had my episode. Oh, well, this is convenient.
You're right, Ren. And I'm glad I had people around me to help me see that I was bigger. You too. You don't have to force yourself to be strong. The more alone you're going to feel. Trust me.
I'm going into the cold to die.
If anyone cares.
A part. How many do we need?
A part to fix the bike.
It's convenient this shack had literally everything they needed. A heater, some beds.
A thermos full of fixed bike juice.
For what it's worth.
A workbench.
I'm sorry he said that to you.
We're all under a lot of stress right now. I used to push people away too.
Oh, that's nice.
This is like...
Yeah.
This is actually a genuinely great episode.
Hell yeah.
Think she thinks less of me? For not helping out with Amity?
She's always going to love you, even if you disagree with each other.
Yeah.
And even if you mess up that relationship, you have 6 more.
What was she talking about?
I need to get some sleep, but
Oh, gee, I bet it was Weiss.
Yep.
Damn it! That freezer burn comment Eddie made, man. It was actually subtle hints.
It was foreshadowing.
Stop.
things always
Night is always darkest just before the dawn. Yes, we get it, Nolan. Thank you.
What is it? Is that a
The
pier?
night is dark and full of terrors.
What is that? Rocks?
How many episodes have ended with that one ominous shot or like something like in the environment subtly
Oh,
breaks?
dude, that concept art. Fuck
That
yeah.
was the Eddie episode.
Yeah.
That was
That was
the
a
Eddie
really good
episode.
episode.
Damn! Way to make fucking Ren just go ham.
Yeah,
That was
I mean,
really
like,
good.
all right, Eddie, for all my issues with you, man, you knocked it out of the park with this episode. Holy shit.
Very much warranted.
Yes, exactly.
See, when he doesn't try to just write dumb jokes, he could pull out a scene.
Yeah, you pulled out multiple scenes there.
Like, I didn't think it was happening. I thought it was, like, the way he was acting, because obviously none of us have seen Ren like this, the way he was it was almost like a little hissy fit, but then it got, like, more powerful, and then it was just like, rah, and I'm like, oh, okay, Daddy, what? I'm sorry, you're right, you know?
Yeah,
I didn't know where they were going, and I'm glad they went where they went.
Everyone was on point because you already have Yang with a naturally, like, you know, inclement disposition, we'll say. You know, and her and Ren butting heads, like, it's a unique dynamic right there. The idea they have different ideals. Ren being so unconfident in their options, and Yang just being so adamant towards RWBY. And then you have John just being like, guys, chill the fuck out. We're going to freeze to death. Like,
Yeah, John's shit was like, guys, listen, I'm not gonna say either of you are wrong. I'm gonna get out the cold.
Yeah.
Like, that's some
Priorities
good
were
shit.
further.
I feel like Ren was coming from a place of just being sick and tired of people not realizing that they may have fucked up. Like, Ren seems to be the only one to acknowledge that they may have made a mistake in their decisions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Yang is coming from this place of, oh, well, we're the great guys, we've done nothing wrong, we're gonna continue to, like, fucking save people and help as many as we can. And it's like, actually, this attitude has led us to a path where we've lost nearly everything. We are trapped, everyone hates us, and we're all gonna die. Now we're in the snow.
Next
'cause we couldn't
episode,
protect
Ren's
us.
going to shoot some guy in the face, and we're just going to be like, well, he's evil now.
Okay.
No, I hope.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
He's gonna go shoot the other counselor.
Their seats, hand them over.
But real talk though, like Neith did a phenomenal job. That was really good.
Yeah,
That was a great
Yeah, that
episode.
was actually really good.
Is it odd to say I honestly cared less for the chase scene than I did just the talking scene this episode?
Yeah, and that's like
me too.
that's the misconstruction
And that is odd.
that a lot of people get about good shows is that, like, or like good action shows, I should say, people always think, oh, you're watching an action show for the action. No, sometimes the action is just subsidiary to the actual good stuff. It's just like, it's a thing that helps fuel it, because like the entire point of the action scene was to set up A, Oscar got captured, and B, they're stranded. Like, it's very interesting how the action scene set that stuff up. And I think that's like one good element of an action scene is it's a good setup for character interaction. Typically, I like my action scenes to be good character interaction as well, but when you're fighting a monstrous foe like the Grimm, you don't really have that option necessarily.
I mean, I just think, like, plain and simple, like, you know, they made Ren do the dangerous part of that, action. You know, they like, Ren was assuming all the risk in that situation by actually, like, jumping onto the Grimm. And Jean and Yang were just, floating around on their hover bikes, chasing him. And it's just like, yeah, no, Ren was putting in all the work there.
Although it does make a question, like, there's been plenty of moments where everyone has gone out on a limb like that. So it's like, I don't know if I feel that it's a little disconcerting, not disconcerting, dissonant with other elements of the show. I mean, obviously, but like in the grand vacuum that we create with each and every single episode, it's a great concept. I think it worked out. It was delivered really well to the point that I didn't think about it till after that. Hey, they've been in pretty bad situations like this before and no one's complained. Like, so it's neither here nor there. I think this was expertly executed. Because like the emotional breakdown following this stuff, just like that hopeless feel. The only thing that I've complained, like, the two big complaints I have for this episode is, one, that weird interlude with Whitley that's, like it doesn't connect to anything else in the episode. I mean, you gotta get the same thing with the prisoner, but, like, it feels like the prison is more of an overarching plot line, and that these two separate other plot lines happen in different episodes, it feels like it's supposed to, at least. But I can see chronologically where they're trying to keep things kind of tied together. So I thought it was kind of like abrupt, like, oh, hey, we're just with RWBY and the rest of the team now, and they're just, we're not going to touch on that for the rest of the episode now. It's like, oh, okay. There was the weird Weiss read that was in there.
Go to your room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, she's kind of...
Remember last season where Weiss was, like, trying her best to take Whitley seriously and, like, actually help him? Like, wasn't that a thing last season?
No. She started to realize it. She didn't take any steps to help him.
Yeah, she's not there yet. I feel like this volume's going to be touching on that.
But I could have sworn there was, like, a decent, serious conversation between the two where she actually treated him like a person.
No.
No.
Maybe I'm misremembering something.
It was her conversation with her mother where she's like, don't forget about your brother. And
don't forget about your brother.
Yeah, her scenes with Whitley in that season were, like, annoyed with him.
Don't worry, Mom, I didn't forget about our brother. I just sent him to his room so that he could be out of the fucking way. So I could forget about him.
And my second complaint with this episode is the outpost that they wind up at, where it just so happens, not only did we find an outpost with a functional heater system.
No, Ren saw it from the sky.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought they were talking like Atlas or something like that, but no, okay.
You can see Atlas from the sky.
Listen, like, this is a military, like, style country where, like, the army is like, they would have outposts out there with like stocked shit for such an occasion.
I mean,
that's actually, I take it back that it was contrived.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I could see it. I could see it.
I mean, like, the more contrived thing is that Ren just got done saying he doesn't remember where it was as they're trudging through the snow, and Jean, who didn't see it, is like, I'm getting out of the cold. It's just like, the argument was about where it was. Like, Ren and Yang got in a fight because, like, they didn't remember which direction it was in.
Well, no, that's not why. That's the trigger. That was Ren's last, straw. And then everything piled up. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, that, like, facilitated him snapping at them, but, like, like, he said, like, oh, like, I don't remember. I've been through a lot today. So yeah, it's like if you're gonna say something about that scene was contrived, it would be like that part.
It's just like, oh, it's so convenient that there's not only a well lit. I get Britt's argument. I'm just saying, like, oh, it's a well heated, sleeping bunker base that has a functional workbench and supplies right there where they need it absolutely. And the disappointment for me is that it kind of undercut the threat of the cold. Because I thought that was going to be like, I thought that would be a great way to end the scene where like they have to make camp like out in the cold.
I agree. Actually, it wouldn't be. I feel like the better way to do this would almost be like in that one, the end of season 1 of Avatar, where like Zuko is above in the Arctic wastes with Aang, and he's in the cave breathing fire. I guess they didn't want to like get compared to Avatar again, but I feel like if this episode ended with them like trying their best to work together to make a fire, it's not working, and it's just the episode ends by just watching their like health bars, literal health bars, people slowly ticking down.
Yeah, like I mean, then again, why would they have a problem making fire? Yang can literally combust on command, and she's
unless that's not how her semblance works this volume.
Yeah, to be fair, we're still waiting on the scientific explanation for Yang's semblance.
Yeah, where does the fire come from?
She takes damage.
Her clothes don't burn, so why would it burn anything else?
It's a good question.
It's aesthetic.
Look, they're just trying to find the freaking thing.
Well, her clothes are protected by armor.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. I just said it's aesthetic, but I said the same thing about fucking Ruby's pedals. Like, oh, it's just like a visual style choice. It's but nope, it's molecular breakdown.
So that part at the end, is that ice or is that a mountain breaking? Is that ice? It
looks like a frozen lake.
It looks like a pier for a moment.
It looks like a frozen lake.
Yeah, it does look like a frozen lake.
Okay, question: could that be a Grim Shark? Because of the poster.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Doesn't Yang say they took down a Leviathan? But wasn't that Blake alone with Sun? Like nobody.
No. The Leviathan was the one at the end of season volume 6.
When they had the mech suit.
The sea dragon is like a
sea dragon.
The Leviathan was.
Yeah.
The Leviathan was.
But that was all RWBY.
That was everybody.
No. It was...
okay. Well, let's see how it would have gone without RWBY.
Well, of course, RWBY was like the. Of course, look, just
RWBY helped.
Just want to kick you in the shin sometimes and then hug you.
Guys, we took down a Leviathan, and then it cuts to RWBY for no reason back at Shnee Manor, and she's like, "That bitch."
I mean, I guess I do like reflecting on the scene with RWBY and everyone. I take back what I said. It actually does connect back into the story well because it builds that level of concern for Yang because RWBY's like, Weiss is like, oh, she'll be fine, and RWBY's like, she's like, she'll be fine. Just give her a call, and RWBY's like, that's the problem. I've been trying. Was it Blake? It was Blake.
That was Blake.
Yeah. Shouldn't Blake also be a little bit concerned? Like, hey, you're.
Well, that's why she said give her a call.
Yeah. She doesn't seem as concerned, but then again, it could just be that we were talking over each other, so I didn't get the information.
She was concerned the episode before.
True. Now, can we all just talk about the best part of this episode? Yeah, hands down.
We just did.
No, the best part of this episode was Neo fluttering down on her umbrella.
Oh,
that was so crunchy for me.
Again, I think that shows character development from like a skill point of view.
She's learned how to utilize it.
She's learned how to utilize it without just getting sucked into space like.
She
did like her little
twinkle toes over the hood.
Oh my god!
Jinx.
I need to put that in Fixing RWBY, like Neo practicing. Like
practice.
Like, can you see how adorable that would be? Where she's like just like jumping off a roof, and like Yang is there encouraging her the entire time, and she like falls the first time.
No,
The
she's
only
like
thing-
Ren in this episode. She kept hitting everything, just like Ren kept hitting the rocks.
The
She's like,
only
"Oh,
thing
wow."
cooler is that, okay, so Emerald, like, was following them and, like, using her semblance to listen in on the conversation. And in that scene, I'm thinking, oh, well, how are they going to bring Mercury into this? And then they don't. I wanted something like, they open the back door of the car that they're getting into, Mercury's already there, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of obvious that you were going to fucking, like, run away and shit. You don't need a fucking semblance to know that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I just want Mercury to show up, like, out of nowhere and be like, oh yeah, Team Seaman, back again.
Where are you seeing that she used her semblance? I'm not seeing that she used her semblance.
Oh, well, like, wasn't the thing that Emerald, like, she was walking... Okay, well, Emerald, like, snuck up on Cinder and whatnot, but I maybe I misheard. I thought the intent there is that Emerald used her semblance to watch that scene with, like, Cinder and Salem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going back. I don't see it.
Yeah, no, that I think that is a trick. She just pops into existence behind.
She was following them.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to Salem. Yeah, I like I said, I felt the Dom energy. It is not enough for me to be like super scared, but I felt something at least.
Yeah.
It was something.
It's on the way. It's on the way where it needs to go.
Salem, I think I actually really like Salem as a villain. I almost root for Salem more than I do the heroes of the show, because Salem is just such a good leader. Is such a charismatic is an interesting word that can mean a lot of things, but like
she's Jen Taylor.
She could have. Yeah, she's very talented at this evil overlord business. She does not follow the... she has very much read the 50 rules if you're going to take over the world handbook, where it's like, don't let your enemies escape, don't do this, don't do that, don't monologue, don't treat your insubordinates badly. Although, to be fair, bringing that up, I do wonder what her plan is with Cinder.
Well, I mean, she just needs the key power for the beacon vault. Or not the beacon. No,
it is the beacon vault.
Is it the beacon vault?
That's what Cinder connects to.
She needs the emerald.
Yeah, she just needs that key power for the beacon vault, and then
I swear to God. However, I just want to know, where the fuck did Ozpin hide the other relic? Like.
No, the thing I want to know is why he didn't hide all four.
That's what I want to know. That's why I want to know it.
It's
like, are we gonna learn that it's like a weird one-off thing? What if he destroyed the other relic? What if he found a way to destroy it?
Isn't it a common theory that the Ozpin stick houses one of them?
No, that's they literally shot that down in Volume 5.
Did they?
Well, is Volume 5 canon though?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I
literally mention it in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, because Ruby was like, I have a question, and then he was like,
no, my cane is not a relic.
No, my cane isn't a relic, and then she's like, I have no more questions.
Which,
okay.
Yeah. Oh god, rewriting those scenes are going to be I'm not even sure I'm going to have those scenes.
I do think that the staff, or Ozpin staff, is some sort of key, because he's like, oh, it does have some tricks up its sleeve.
They put a lot of emphasis on that stick this season. Mm-hmm. It's probably what's going to break him out of jail.
Yeah, he's keeping it in his ass.
like a Valmont.
You're liking the ass a lot today, Raymond.
Well, no, it's because that's like the consistent joke that we've had is like where are they hiding things, and it's almost always
where
up
else
their ass.
would you hide something, Dashie?
where was Crow keeping it?
I've got cleavage. I can bring a broom up to my cleavage, doesn't. So I'm good.
Oscar's as flat as a board. I mean, unless those weird bandages are like chest bindings and we just never knew the entire time Oscar was a woman.
That'd be cool, actually.
Why does he wear weird bandages? Like, no one's ever answered that one. Like, I get it, bandages look cool, but like, I don't know. Like, it looks kind of stupid here, honestly. Like, that doesn't look like any kind of clothing wrapping. Though I do like they managed to add a slight dirty texture to his outfit. They're like, oh, we gotta make him look a little bit,
I mean, he's got crunchy drool on him.
Yeah. Crunchy was adorable this episode.
Oh my god, such a good boy. Such a good...
Yeah, you just give it scritches behind the...
And he was scary too, like she was shocking the shit out of him, and he was like, la la la, holding him.
You need to put a little biscuit on his nose.
No, you know what would have been made it great is if like does he have a tail? Does Crunchy have a tail?
No, I think it's like a pit bull almost.
No, he has a little one.
Really?
But it does kind of look like, you know, like I mean if you look in this, if you look in this scene at like 12:50, you can see like he's got his big old like self, and then there's like a little tail behind him.
I was gonna say like
so like a boxer tail.
It'd be great.
It's not wagging.
It would be great if like when she's shocking Oscar, like Crunchy's tail is just wagging really excitedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't do that. They probably didn't want to undercut the scene because they have pretensions to seriousness.
But guys, what does experiment mean though?
With other ancient deities.
Yeah, no,
it's an experiment.
He's an experiment, you know, getting out of his box.
And I'm happy with the result.
I mean,
it's summer.
The more we watch this, the more and more convinced I am by that whole it's a human theory, and more and more I'm thinking it might actually be Roman. Like I'm actually convinced that might be the case because they are building a little bit with Neo, and I think it would be just like I don't know that it feels like they might go that route, and
nah, bruh.
No, I don't think so, because Neo wasn't even supposed to be in Volume 6. I mean, Neo wasn't even supposed to be in Volume 2. Monty just did that because fuck it. But, like, she wasn't supposed to be in Volume 6. They only brought her back because they didn't have anyone else.
I think that someone at Rooster Teeth very much knows that Roman and Neo was, like, the most enjoyable villains the show ever had.
Yep.
Somebody has to.
If they do go this way, and that's not even that much of an opinion, that is a pretty universal fandom thing. I have not seen like someone go, actually, I really appreciated Cinder over Roman and Neo.
I've met one person, but he's a hardcore simp.
The only
for Cinder.
volume where Cinder was better than Torchwich was 7, because Torchwich wasn't in 7. And Cinder was above negative.
Yeah. If my ancient prophecy that Roman comes back actually happens.
Yeah, in 4 and 5 and 6, just the straight up absence of Torchwich was better than anything Cinder was doing.
No, because in 4, Cinder didn't talk at all. And that was a strict upgrade in all regards, in every single scene.
That was an upgrade for Cinder, but that doesn't put her above the lack of Roman.
True.
Just remembering that there could have been a Roman was still better than Cinder.
Were any of you surprised that Whitley didn't put up a fight? Whitley didn't put up a fight with going to his room?
Yeah, I'm surprised by that, but then again, he also seems like kind of a pushover, so...
I think like that's something that he's been like wanting, craving, like subconsciously, of course, you know, because
tell me to go to my room.
He wants to be put in his place. Damn it, subspace. I don't know.
Okay, well,
it's like, yeah, I'm going to my room, but not because you told me to.
Oh my god, if they like go up to his room at some point and it's just filled with plushies, like this entire room is just filled with
plushies. As far as the eye can see. Okay, now I actually want
that too, because I was like, what if like Ruby goes up there and like has a cute heart-to-heart with him, like she loves plushies, and be like, oh my god, like her or Nora or something like that. I don't know. Someone's just like
he collected Beanie Babies.
You may laugh now, but I'll have you know that this collection is worth more than the family fortune.
I do want like Whitley to have like an actual scene. I don't know if you guys watched my top 10 from volume 7, but that scene where Whitley and Weiss were talking to each other at the front door like made my top 10. And it's like I want more of that, and we just didn't get that in this interaction. Like she just and like that was such a bad line read. Like, I mean, that was one of Weiss's worst. Like, Kara has always been like one of the best actors in this show.
I mean, everyone has an off day.
I mean, yeah, it's like nobody wanted to be like, could you take that again? It's like,
and yeah, he kind of didn't deserve it, because he was like, okay, what can I do? You know, fucking go to your room. That's what. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the thing that I don't like about that is it seems like you are literally having someone offering assistance. Like this is someone that like that has no reason to, and he's just like, you know what? I'm sheltering them, and he's gonna be like, can I do anything else for you? And like instead of being like, no, that's fine, just give us some space. Like instead of being kind and just turning him down, even though you probably could ask him, hey, do you know where the gauze is?
Yeah, I know. Like he knows where shit is in this house.
Yeah, she's been gone.
Okay, to be fair, the line is, and what do you expect me to do, sister, or whatever. So it wasn't, what can I do for you, or how can I help?
True.
It was what do you expect me to do? So
Weiss could have been easily kinder to him, and it wouldn't have taken any effort at all.
I mean, she could. I mean, like she could have just jumped on that like ambiguous line. And been like, you know, like, oh, what do you expect me to do? And then she just gives him like a fucking laundry list. Like, it could have, like, that scene could have gone in, because like her mom was like, oh, don't forget about your brother, and she's like, for the last time, Winter's a girl. Oh, you mean Whitley?
You know, I mean, her mom has no excuse now. Before it was Jacques and the cameras, and she was scared that he was in the house. Okay, but like he's gone. And she locks herself in the room, like having him to fend for himself. Yeah, he's old. He's old, but still. Come on.
I'm fairly certain that she's an abuse victim and is very much scarred after a long marriage.
Sure, but he's gone now. He's out of the house.
Yeah, that doesn't... Okay, he's in jail. You are correct.
And he worried, and she worried about Whitley. Like, if she didn't worry about Whitley, I get it. But she worried about him. Now's her chance to worry about him. You know?
I guess
okay,
you're right.
all right. Look,
like
she's been sleeping on the couch for years, and now, for the first time in decades, she gets to sleep on the master bed all by herself. That is a California king size bed, Dashie. Like she is so hyped.
Dashie, all right. It just seems odd to me. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. That entire situation. Like, the only thing I liked about that scene is that they birched it, that it was a suitable location to go to take an injured Nora. I like that. It made logical sense. And B, Ruby and Blake concerned about Yang. But the other elements of that didn't work out very well.
Weiss, take care of your brother. Because I'm not gonna. Fuck him. And then she just like takes like a fucking 14-second glug from the wine bottle. Just downs like half of it.
I'm heading down the Mistral now, spring break and all that. You know, think I might play out. See, they have a MILF Girls Gone Wild down there.
All right. Just to be clear, I never thought what these guys are saying right now. I never thought this. Okay, it just sounded weird. That's all.
You know, here's the thing, Dashie.
Group me up with these guys.
Here's the thing, Dashie. It's kind of weird that you had to specify you never thought it, because no one would have assumed you did, because it came out of my mouth. So what you're doing is you're actually implicating yourself by trying to say that you didn't think it. So people
how many times, like the Twitter comment that, oh, why do you guys hate this show? I don't hate it. Oh, you guys always rip on. I'm like, okay, I'm not. They always group me in there. They never say, oh, except Dashie. No, they never fucking do that. I would appreciate that once in a fucking while. Okay.
Nobody who actually watches these reactions thinks we hate the show.
Yeah.
Like, people who maybe like watch for like 15 seconds and then like, turn it off. You know, all of those like immediate drop-offs in like viewer retention. It's like those are all the people that think we hate the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Now, here's a question. Where do you, like, the quality of this episode overall, where do you think it stands in relation to the rest of RWBY? Because I think it's actually one of the, like, I might just be on, like, the high.
To the rest of RWBY?
In the sense of, like, how good is this one episode? Because I thought it had some excellent moments in here. I think
it's my favorite of the volume so far. I wouldn't really compare to anything, like, for the whole show.
Easily put it as the best of Volume 8. Just on the back of that Ren scene alone. But that Ren scene doesn't put it, like, anywhere near the top episodes of the show as a whole.
Really? Because I might just be running on the new high, but I thought it was exquisite.
No, like, I mean, go back and watch Volume 1 Episode 7. Like, because a lot of people are like in this like, you know, mindset. It's just like, oh, the show's gotten better, but like go like check out like 1-7 and 110, and even like, you know, like 116, like the finale of 1, like there have been good episodes in this show, like good like standard one-off episodes from the beginning.
That's a fair
like,
argument.
It doesn't even have to be like, you know, like 2-6 or 6-6, like the ones that like blew us away. It's just like this doesn't really hit that level of like one of the good ones.
I think maybe it's because I'm feeling that way because we've been like at such a point where characters haven't really conflicted with one another on like morality issues. Like
well, they have conflicted, it just hasn't made much sense.
Well, I mean, sort of. Like, I can see both.
There's been a lot of conflict.
Like, it feels like this is the first time that there's been interfighting within the team as opposed to, like, conflict with an element outside of them. Like, the conflict with Ironwood was cool because we kind of thought he was on our side, but we all kind of got the hints that things were not going to stay steady with him. Yeah. But it's actually within the team. It's, you know, between Team Junior and Team Ranger. Team Ranger, Team RWBY, whatever we want to call the assembled collection of people, like
the guys. But like, I feel like I can express what you're trying to say better, actually, because like, what we've had is not so much infighting as passive aggressive sniping. That has been like the majority of this season and a little bit of the last season too. This was the first episode where it wasn't passive aggressive sniping. It was aggressive.
Hey,
have you got
aggressive sniping?
It started when Yang said, "Hey, have you got shit to say?" And Ren was like, "Actually, yes, I do. We have like got some serious issues that no one seems to be addressing, or it seems no one wants to address because it'll make us feel bad, and that's actually putting us in a shittier situation because of it." And actually just being direct, not pussyfooting around the issue, is a really cool, really, like, engaging shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I said last episode, that I actually don't like this show as much when it takes itself uber seriously. This one...
Yeah, this one kind of took itself seriously and kind of worked.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I did feel engaged by the Ren scene, but mainly just as a cathartic release. As, oh, thank God they're not going to, like, passive-aggressively dance around this. They've actually just aired out their grievances and talked and debated what's right and what's not.
On that note, we can move on to questions, because the first question actually lines up perfectly with this conversation topic. Izanagi009 asks, was Ren being snippy justified? And I think yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Very, very much so.
I wouldn't even see...
Like, he wasn't snippy, he was like, he was just full on...
When it comes to snippy, you kind of say, okay, well, you're nitpicking, trying to make the worst out of the situation, but where was the lie in what Ren said?
Nowhere?
Like, perhaps, like, bringing up shit that, you know, John cheated his way into college was unnecessary, but it did kind of return the point of, like, we are way over our heads. We didn't even finish, like, a year of Huntsman School.
I never thought they were ever going to bring that up ever again. I genuinely thought that was a plot point, like, lost to time. So,
hey, like, guys, remember, a day out there is worth a week in here.
Yeah. But, like, remember, in Season 4, it was the idea of, okay, we're gonna travel to see what we can do, because we can't do much sitting around at home doing nothing, you know? So they traveled out. Now it's progressed to, we are the last bastion of good in the world, and our allies are turning against us because we are going too far on the, the good guys thing.
Yeah, it's the escalation, or it handled better over the course of it, is actually really good. Like I said, if it were handled better in the execution area, the concept behind it, fairly solid. So Yang asks, does Salem not realize antagonizing Cinder so much will lead to her betrayal? I mean...
Cinder's a simp. And Salem is nothing if not the most mediocre pussy. So, I think she's safe.
I think, honestly, I don't know if it's going to lead to betrayal or not. I feel like maybe it will, but there's different angles they can take the whole Cinder relationship with Salem. There are different angles they can approach. Because right now, Cinder is completely motivated by getting back in Salem's good graces, but also being like, I gotta do things against her wishes to get back in her good graces. Like, she's following illogical chains to try and figure out what to do because she's, like, emotionally distraught.
I wanted this episode to go down differently, just, like, in, like, you know, concept of that, like, scene with where, you know, Crunchy shows back up and he's got Oscar. Like, because I wanted Neo to, like, snap on her own and, like, you know, I wanted Neo to, like, attack Crunchy and then, like, get, like, Oscar and then for them to, like, all go after Neo. But that was just a hologram, and Neo is just, like, dragging Oscar away the other way. Like, she's gonna kidnap Oscar on her own.
I mean, that...
Like, she already stole the relic, and the relic is, like, fake, too. And for, like, Neo to be the hero of the volume.
Is she really the hero, or is she just like, fuck it, I don't care about either of these guys, I'm gonna do my own thing?
Hey, enemy of my enemy is the hero.
Could Neo just, like, not use the relic because she can't speak?
Yeah. I know the abridged isn't, like, finished yet, but I had a scene for, like, the very end of the abridged season 7 where Neo was trying to, like, charades to Jin, and that was gonna be, like, the end where I, like, cut to credits. And it was just gonna be Jin trying to, like, interpret Neo's
But
charades.
isn't Jin, like, all-knowing? So, like...
No, she doesn't know things that hasn't happened yet. That's what she said in Volume 6. So she doesn't know what question Neo wants to ask.
But she knows what Neo is thinking now.
Well, I think she can tell that if
would it
someone
be
is
like-
just wildly flailing at her.
It would be like someone
She's
someone
trying-
streaming with a delay. Like, Neo would have to think the question, wait a few seconds, and then, oh, it's in the past now, so now I know.
It's in the past now. I've been thinking this question in the past.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, like I didn't want it to be like a Cinder scene, like a Cinder betrayal, cause like Cinder, I mean, she's going back there. She like went through all the trouble of getting the relic, and then she just took it to Cinder, and it's like I wanted it to be like a Neo scene, like her getting sick and tired of Cinder like diminishing her accomplishments.
Yeah. Neo is every RPG like companion who is getting sick to death of like the main storyline when like they join the party to deal with this specific thing. It's like, okay, yeah, cool, when are we gonna get to my shit?
Yeah. I must restore my honor. Yes, but first, apple picking.
We must save my family. Young Kaiser asks, what do you guys think of Weiss's scene with Whitley? Do you think that the way she acted was too vindictive, especially with her talk to him with Willow in Volume 7?
Yeah, fucking cringe.
Yeah.
Real
This
cringe.
was kind of a cringe moment for Weiss.
Unbased.
Unbased. Yeah.
Based on nothing. Well, that's the thing, it should have been based. It should have been based on, like, the way that they framed this whole scene. It's like, this is the time where Weiss finally gets to, like, put Whitley in his place. But, like, there wasn't much build-up to this go to your room. It's not like Whitley told her to go to her room, like, in a previous season.
Yeah, it's not like some big turnaround. It's like, it's just sort of like, Weiss is suddenly trying to act like his mother, and it's weird.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's like so kind of pointless to have them argue like this, because
But actually, now that you say that, it's because she doesn't know how to be a mom, and she's wanting to be as helpful to her mom. Maybe that's the first thing she thought of when it came to being a mom.
Oh my god. Her only reference is just like, oh, mother's just like, Weiss, go in your room.
Damn.
Whitley, I am putting you in sole charge of keeping our mother safe and protected.
But, like, that's the only... As soon as she said that, I'm like, what if that's what she thinks is good as a mom?
Maybe. Yang asks, did you notice that the smoke Salem created in her hand was a silhouette of 4 dead daughters? Yes. I noticed that.
No, I did not. What?
At the very beginning of the scene, when
there's child like giggling over that scene.
No fucking way.
When the scene opens with Salem, she's like floating 4 black silhouettes of smoke, and you can hear a little bit of giggling in the background.
Yes.
I was like, oh, the 4 daughters, and no one listened to me.
I heard you say that, but I'm like, I wonder why you're saying that. Okay.
Yep, the 4 daughters, definitely.
Oh my god.
So,
oh wow.
Did we ever get confirmation that those 4 daughters became the maidens?
No.
Because they were
like
literally color coded.
Well, I remember when they thought that they were the people inside the relics, because one of them, the one in the blue dress had like chains like Jin did. I remember that was a theory for a while.
Perry Doritos asks, will John learn from this experience and get a bloody gun? Possibly.
Good point.
Season 3 if Sean had a gun.
Oh god. Toast Ghost asks, thoughts on Salem harnessing the power of Volume 4 opening as a weapon? And apologies if my question last week made you uncomfortable. Merry Christmas. I don't know what question that was. If it made us uncomfortable.
Was that the question that we didn't understand? Like we skipped it because we didn't know what he meant.
Yeah, there were a couple. There were a couple questions where we kind of just sat there like, what, and then we went off on like our own tangents. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but like for the rest of that, what do you mean harnessing the power of the Volume 4 opening as a weapon?
Volume 4. What was the Volume 4 opening?
I was a changed man back in Volume 4.
Yeah, and you need to specify with the Volume 4 opening because like what about it do you mean? I don't.
Well, now listen, buddy. I'm gonna Google the Volume 4 opening.
No, we don't need to do any work. Who needs to do work?
Oh my god, Raymond.
Volume 4 intro.
Are any of the questions about the
Oh my god, Crunchy's in the Volume 4 intro. Huh.
What?
No, it's just a Beowulf.
Literally like the first thing.
It's just a Beowulf. Crunchy doesn't have eyes.
Are any of the questions about the prison scene?
I
mean, I can't imagine there wouldn't be at least one.
Yeah, there's a few. It looks like.
Yeah.
Prophetic Sage says, do you think Salem and Ozpin will have a more substantial conversation, or do you think they'll cop out? 50-50.
I can't put myself in the mindset of someone who cares.
Huh.
Well, I'm hoping that they do. I'm hoping they're going in the right direction, so hopefully they do.
Young Kaiser asks, was Yang's arguments against Ren justified or understandable? Because it kind of felt to me like the show painted Ren in the wrong and not having the hero acknowledge their mistakes even though he's right. I don't feel that way.
No.
I didn't feel like they painted it in the wrong. Because listen, if they tried to paint him as in the wrong, then Jean would have been like, Ren, stop. We need to get out the cold. But it was like, no, the two of you.
Yeah.
You need to stop this, and we need to get out the cold. I don't think they painted him in a right and wrong, which is refreshing considering it's this show.
Yeah. Ruckus asks, well, he just points out, there are no toilets. Where do they shit? That was about the prison scene.
Oh, well, I mean, the prison, that was like the same thing we were mentioning in the, last episode about the prison scene.
No, I think he was just reiterating the point.
I have no mouth and I must scream. I have no toilet and I must poop.
Shit. No, see, they just because like the when they touch the wall, it's like it's got like energy on it, like electricity on it. So they actually just like, dissolve their shit into the wall.
Floof asks, what are your thoughts on the whole aura depletes in the cold, and how does it compare to Volume 7's explanation of the cold of Saltos can kill you in a matter of hours, but aura protects you? Why didn't they actually get proper clothing to deal with this climate, so they didn't have to worry about running out of aura, or like dust-powered backpack heaters? That's a very good question.
Yeah, why didn't they like fucking bundle up before they leave? Yang and her cold thigh over here.
It's almost as if the entire city of Mantle is slowly freezing to death.
I mean, that's true actually. With the whole city, like with the power being shut off, then that makes kind of sense why they should have had like warmer clothing. Obviously, they didn't go out on patrol expecting to go and chase him into the wilderness.
That was my thing.
In the Arctic.
But they didn't even tell anyone where they were going. It's like that was the dumbest thing in the or not the last episode, but episode 2, when they were like, oh, what's happening? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. It's just like, no, it's like fucking a Grimm is dragging Oscar into the cold, like off into the wasteland. Like, send backup with some jackets, maybe. Like, hey, one of us got grabbed by a Grimm is like something that you'd think someone would believe.
Just send an Instagram post.
I think the fact that Yang wanted to either prove herself or something, that she didn't want help. Maybe if that didn't happen, maybe they did off screen. Maybe they did tell Fiona finally we're on our way to go get him.
No, I'm pretty sure they didn't.
I don't think so.
We've gotten.
She hung up after that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Like it was the last. It was like the cutout scene. It was like they're like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Yeah,
and then it's.
I think the implication is like they just don't have the resources to spare, so Yang's not even going to bother. It's like because at that point they were overworked, going from place to place to place because they just didn't have enough hands on deck to protect people. So her being like, "Hey, could you send a couple of guys with some clothes?" That would have been too much of an ask because they needed people elsewhere. So I understand that motive, that why she didn't tell. Blade Charge asks, since Salem has her old magic powers, is it possible, in theory, for Salem to get a maiden's power, despite that she's an old lady and a Grimm? I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. We don't even know the rules for how maidens work.
Well, okay, I mean, just seeing as how she needs to drag around useless women like Talk and Cinder, I don't think she can have the maiden power herself.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it.
Yang asks, do you think the ice cracking at the end will suffer was the sulfur fish Grimm that won the Rooster Teeth contest?
I thought the weird lanky bitch won the Rooster Teeth contest.
That was the Wendigo.
Is that the one that got like eliminated?
That was the Wendigo.
Because it was like culturally insensitive, unlike everything else in RWBY, which is not.
Whoa! What was that about?
There was a contest to design your own Grimm, and this one, it was like the Wendigo, and it was this like lanky thing that like had like hair that looked like a.
It was really cool.
Like cousin
it was really cool,
and it like had like these like long ass limbs, and it was winning by like 1,000 votes. And then one of the other contestants said it was culturally insensitive, so they eliminated it. And then one of the shitty ones won.
Contest Wendigo. Let's see here.
Yeah, oh my god, the Wendigo would have been perfect for this. Like, can you imagine?
For this climate, for this volume?
This thing?
Yeah. Like, can you imagine them, like, in that shack and just something moving outside the window? You just see this tall, slender man, like, form pass by the window. Like, that would have been so unnerving. Like, we could have gotten an apathy moment, but now we're getting...
We might be heading into Sharknado land, though. Who knows? Grim Sharknado. That's gonna be epic.
I will accept that. But yeah, I think that's the one that was winning when it got eliminated from the contest.
Ah, God, that's such a garbage. I had the whole argument on Twitter about the nature of those things, where I'm going through like, all right, let's get this over with. You know, Beowulf isn't representative of Beowulf at all. There are no wolves in Beowulf. Why is the Beowulf named a Beowulf? And I'm just going through like all the logical arguments of all the different names of like.
It's because they only ever saw the Wishbone version of Beowulf. They didn't like read the original myth, or they didn't see any of like the more faithful adaptations. It was just the Wishbone version.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I as an English scholar, like I could easily say that's culturally appropriating freaking the oldest written English work. But no, I'm not going to, because that's a stupid argument.
English.
It's Scholar.
Scholar.
I mean, like, even the whole idea of RWBY, it's like, oh, it's an anime, except done by us civilized Americans instead of the savage Japanese.
What? Who says that? Oh.
Bernie Burns.
Wait, really? Did he say
never
that?
said that. Fuck off.
No, he said
He said
it's anime. They're not good. We don't have to be good either.
Oh God.
He said some shit about anime when it turns out his company was producing one.
Yeah. My opinion of Bernie just went lower.
I don't know. I have to look at
Well, I mean, he probably only ever watched seasonal anime, so.
True. Watch your tenor.
But-
That and
yeah,
Fatman
no,
saying it,
he's-
so if Fatman's saying it, I'll have to look into it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, go like look up some of the podcasts around the time that like the trailers were coming out.
Okay.
When it was like the probably around the time like the black and yellow trailers were coming out.
Well, around the trailers, and that means like they were, they didn't think it'd be this big.
Well, that's when they were talking about actually like writing the scenes, because that's when they actually got Miles and Carrie involved and they started writing. And Bernie was on that podcast and he was just like, it's anime. Like, how hard is it to write an anime?
It's exactly as hard as everything else. Mass.
It's not even shot inside fucking Halo.
Oh Lord. Master Poppers asks, why do you think we are getting these scenes with Robin and Crow? What purpose do they serve the narrative of the characters? Given that Robin said in this episode that her almost fight with Harriet was almost exciting, do you think these scenes are just to serve a way to deflect criticism leveled at Volume 7? Possibly. Possibly.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to ask in that scene. Robin's semblance is to touch the person and to ask them a question, and then it turns green or red or whatever if it's yes or no or true or false.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
she's a lie detector.
Why would Harriet hold Robin's hand to find out about Clover and Crow?
Because if Robin says that Tyrion killed Clover and then it turned green, she would know that she's telling the truth.
Oh, so it works on Robin too then? Or just, I thought it was who she grabs, not on herself.
Or maybe she was saying, like, let me hold Crow's hand or something.
No, she said specifically, come hold my hand.
Then it probably works on, I don't know, maybe it works, maybe it's like all knowing and Harriet can just say random shit. It's like the Pinocchio thing. Like can Pinocchio say the earth is flat and see if his nose grows? Like, can Pinocchio just like spout off random
what if that
theories
happens?
of
What if
physics to
Pinocchio
see
says
if
the
it's true or
earth is
false?
flat and his nose doesn't grow?
Well, then the globalists lose, baby.
You need to figure out if this lie detector thing is based on what they believe is true or what is true, like objectively true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
is her semblance all knowing, or is it like just a regular lie detector that you can cheat?
Yeah.
Like again, if I was
think
editing this week, you would be
very-
seeing the random beeping machine scene from Better Off Ted right now.
It would very much. I think it's very much a lie detector in that it is based. It's not detecting what is true. It is detecting if you are lying.
Yeah. That could work.
Okay.
And then we figure out what's.
Also, can I just raise the point of, once more, why was he allowed to keep Clover's medallion? Because it's like now it's like, okay, fine, you guys can say that I was nitpicking about it, but now they're bringing attention to it. Like it's no longer is it just me saying like, why didn't they take it away? Now the characters are being like, that doesn't belong to you. Yeah, why didn't anyone take that from him?
Yeah, like, what else didn't they take away from him? Does he still have his flask? That would be fucking hilarious.
Does he still have his weapon? Like, he just pulls out his fucking sword.
Yeah. Yeah, like Robin still has her weapon. Mr. Schnee still has, like, his credit cards. And these Atlas prisons are so worthless. Like, they took the thing. They didn't take away his effects. There's no orange jumpsuit. They didn't want to model an orange jumpsuit for like an Atlas prison.
I didn't hear anything. All I heard was Fatman being very polite to Mr. Schnee and not Jacques. No, Mr. Schnee. Like everybody, Robin, he's a piece of shit. The Crow, what an ass. Mr. Schnee.
No, I don't know. I think it's easier to say Mr. Schnee than it is to say Jacques.
Really? Okay.
Instead of like having a toilet in their things where they could pee or poop, Watts just stands up, he walks to it, taps a button, and just walks out to go pee. And then he walks back.
And then he walks back in
God.
and closes.
That's how terrible the prisons are here.
Related to this, Perry Doritos, how do flies enter the hard light cell? Well, they don't have any bathrooms in there, and we just have very convenient camera angles to avoid seeing some things.
How much do you want to bet it was a Mike Pence reference?
I guarantee you it was. That seems like a last-minute addition that would have been easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to keep an eye on the commentary, see if they bring that up.
Yeah, we were writing this around the time of the vice presidential debate. It's like, yep, there it is.
Young Kaiser asks, where do you think this episode rates as an Eddie-directed episode? It's definitely up there. I think it's probably his best yet.
It's definitely better than the fucking one in episode or volume 7, episode 4. He didn't have another solo episode in volume 7. I think all of his other episodes he was working with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
usually Eddie and Kiracy, Eddie or Carrie.
Yeah. All of the other episodes that were better than 4 were like co-written by someone else. And this one is way better than episode 4.
And ironically, the one point it was weakest was when it tried to be funny.
When was that?
Weiss's Go to Your Room.
Was that trying to be funny?
I think so. I think that was an attempt to be
Eddie,
funny.
don't write jokes anymore.
I genuinely...
I know you watch these. Don't write jokes anymore.
That might be an in-joke, actually.
Eddie, follow your dream.
That could have been an in-joke.
Eddie, call me.
Your boy Neptune asks,
Hey, Eddie,
how much did you enjoy Hazel beating the shit out of Oscar? Oh, immensely.
We didn't get enough of it.
Great. No, it's what we needed. We didn't need. I didn't need to see a child getting beaten by like a dude 5 times bigger than him.
I was just saying, my rule of thumb: if you're going to injure children, you go hard or go home. That's my rule.
Oh my God, Raymond!
Like,
oh my
okay,
God!
That's good.
High five!
Now, mind you, this is not in real life. Do not injure children in real life. But if you're doing it in media, go hard or go home.
Okay. There you go. Thank you.
I need to clarify that because people could take that out of context. No, do not injure children, all right?
No, like, the worst part of that for me was that Crunchy dropped him. Like, I wanted it to be like a punching bag where he was just, like, standing there. But they needed Crunchy to be in that, like, scene with Cinder, and it was like, that was, like, Cinder's like, I have a new bae now. I need to explain knots to
Hazel
you.
just uses him like a speed bag, just like.
Well,
yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
The question was, what did we think of that scene? I think it speaks more to Hazel. It speaks more to Salem's competence as a leader, where we saw that she can just energy blast him and eventually he's gonna spill, right? But instead of wasting her time, she does it more productively. She says, hey, here's one of my subordinates who hates your guts. I'm gonna do right by him and let him have his time and his thing. Even though I could probably be more efficient just doing it myself, I'm gonna let him do it because, I'm a good mom.
And I'll see you later. I gotta go, babe. Yeah, that's what she said.
I'm gonna give you like 15 minutes. And in the last 10 minutes, I want you to ask him questions. All right, don't be late to dinner.
I'm still holding on to my hope that Hazel's still putting up a front. That he's like mad at him and rah, rah, rah. And then once they're alone, he's gonna be like, "Listen, I'm sorry about them boo-boos I gave you. Do you like my hair? Do you like my new outfit? No? Oh, okay.
What do you think about my sleeves? Do you think they go down too low?
How about my side abs? Do you like those? No? Oh, okay.
I drew these on with a Sharpie. You like them?
Floop asks, why didn't Salem in the past 487 years bother to experiment with creating Grimm? The dialogue says she with Big Chungus came off as if she hadn't done that before. Like, that's a good question. Why hasn't she been experimenting with Grimm?
Well, no, she has. She's satisfied with the results this time. So.
I mean, it seems like she just didn't do anything like in the past 100,000 years or whatever. Like, she could have, like, there was nothing, I think, stopping her from doing this at any point in human history. So I don't know why she's doing this now. The cameras are rolling and she's an attention whore.
So yeah, that's actually, the next one is the same thing. Lux Infinita, what do you think of the way Salem called the Hound an experiment? Again, we've talked about that. They might be going it's a human route. I think that might be a possibility. Now, what human it is, I don't know, but Perry Doritos, who do you think had the best line? Crow, I made a deal with darkness, or the Robin, that was almost exciting. Ooh, that's a hard choice.
I Made a Deal with Darkness is the type of comedy that I love from this show. Like when I was saying that I love it when this show doesn't take itself too seriously, I Made a Deal with Darkness is fucking great.
No, I'm calling out Dora. Dora, I need Crow and Darkness from Konosuba to be in a back alley somewhere, like buying I don't know, some sort of pass. What is it? Racism.
Yeah.
Deal with.
There you go.
It needs to be like kind of an artistically drawn one where it's like
Yes.
Crow makes a deal with darkness, circa whatever.
From Konosuba. and Darkness needs to be
some
like, only
Kingdom
if you
Hearts
call
shit.
me this name or something, because she's
Yeah,
just
no. I mean, wouldn't Darkness like want the bad luck to affect her? Cause
Yeah. So there you go. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, not just Dora. Anybody want to give it a shot? Let's do this. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Dora, you're on. Where were we? I believe, Vivi. Do you feel it's the argument between Ren, Yang? She does it with like our names because she calls me Raymond, not Raymond. Like she Rey. It's all right, Vivi. We love
she's
you.
just talking about Katawa Shoujo. Rin, like this isn't about.
This is
Guys, it's an accent. Leave her alone. Next.
Ren, Yang, and John could have been written better. It feels as if they were trying to soften the fight a bit when it came to saying how John cheated his way into Beacon. One of my friends who I watched the episode with said it would have been more impactful to say something like, well, we couldn't even save Pyrrha. What makes you think we can save a whole kingdom? Or, hope you guys have fun.
Ooh.
You see, the thing is, though, it's like...
I don't even think Ren would go that hard.
The thing is,
I
like...
don't know. I think he would have. Today? I think he would have.
I feel like it could have gone that direction, but I actually like they brought back up the cheating thing because it's sort of like we're just unprepared. It's... Like, he's not trying to be like super personal and a dig. He's trying to look for examples of the fact that they're really just in over their head, as opposed to being like, we lost one of our most clear, close and dear friends, allegedly.
The reason they couldn't save Pyrrha was because he didn't call for backup like he was supposed to, and that's almost exactly what's happening here. Like Yang was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing." Haha, lol.
But no, there was a few questions ago where someone asked something along the lines of, "Hey, did you think that bringing up the cheating thing was like a forced thing?" And the answer to that was no, it was relevant. If instead it was like, "Yo, you couldn't even save Pyrrha," or said to Yang, "Yo, you couldn't even save your arm," like that would have been
I'm intact.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna point out because
that would have been hilarious. But it would have been like uber forced, but it would have been hilarious. And I would have forgiven it immediately.
I'm just gonna point out because I feel like I'd feel bad if I didn't, because she taxes on the end. Hope you guys have fun, which is nice. And she also says sorry for spelling Ren wrong, and I'm sorry, Vivi.
Oh, dude.
But at the same time, why didn't you use an edit
Good
feature?
job, Vivi. Shut them up.
Edit
Shut them
feature.
up.
Yeah,
Now I feel like a dick.
She's playing us.
I like it. I'm here for it.
She's trying to catch us in not reading the whole question before we start answering it. Like,
I mean,
it's like those tests at school where the last line is ignore all previous steps. Like, yeah. She's trying to catch us in one of those. Well played.
Kudos. You got me.
Good job.
Your boy Neptune asks. Oh no, sorry. Did I skip over someone? I feel like I did. Yeah, Blade Charge. The scroll wheel goes too far. Blade Charge. How would you rate Oscar's suffering this episode? Like a 4 out of 10, 7 out of 10, etc.? About a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give him a strong 6.
And I give this a 7 out of 10. It is closer to an 8 than a 6.
I go with 7.
JJ the Memelin asks, did the voice acting, the performance for Ren reduce the punch of what was being said for you guys, or do you guys think that Ren was saying was well written in the first? I think overall it was just really well done, because we thought the voice acting was good.
There was one sentence that threw me off. That's why I was like, ew, why is she being such a little bitch? Because I didn't think they were going to go this awesome. Because he goes, I'm just an orphan from the middle of nowhere. I'm like, you're old. Like, you're really not considered an orphan anymore. But then it's like, and you didn't do this. And I'm like, oh shit. All right. You know, I got you. I got my
You
hands
don't
up.
ever technically lose orphan status unless you're like adopted.
Yeah, you don't
Right,
gain
but
a
like you don't really
parent.
say it either. Like when you're old.
Like, yeah, I mean, he is like 18, right?
Yeah.
Like a year
Yeah.
has passed since he started, so he's an adult. And you wouldn't say like, you know, if somebody was like in their 60s and both their parents were dead, they wouldn't be like, I'm an
I
orphan.
still don't.
They were like, I
Alright,
was an
alright.
orphan. Now I'm an adult. You know, just. But I think it's
yeah,
so fresh for
yeah,
Red.
maybe a was
Yeah, a
would have
was.
dispelled
Yes.
that.
Okay, there you
Like,
go. Yeah, that
yeah,
probably
I
would've
was
been
an
better.
orphan from the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that
Yeah.
I think like that could have been the like flipped.
I
but all in all,
and I don't think that could have been
scene,
flipped,
that,
actually.
like, breakdown was really.
I don't think
good.
that could have been
I
flipped
liked it.
because the link will. This is me and Molly get into a lot of semantics when it comes to this stuff from writing. The impact of that scene is all about the immediacy of what he's saying. It's like, this did happen. This is happen. You know, this is happened. This is. It's all about the is, not the was. So have that sudden like
I mean-
drop back of like,
Jean cheated his way into Beacon past tense.
Yep.
yes, but it feels more immediate because I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it.
What did he
it's-
say to What did he say to Yang? Like, what was his brutal facts and logic takedown of Yang? They're gonna die. Because
Ruby is barely a kid. I'm just an orphan from the middle of nowhere. Ren, yeah, it was more attack at Ruby than it was at Yang.
Yeah. Yang, you're doing all right.
Yang, you're all right.
Oh God.
You're
oh,
qualified
rest of us
to
are
be
full.
here.
Grinch.
You're the hard carry. You should
Also,
know
you're
better.
you're not an orphan from the middle of nowhere. You're an orphan from basically a noble that
From the richest settlement in Mantle.
Mistral.
Or, not Mantle.
Mistral.
Mistral, yeah. Yeah. He was like, what, 8 when that happened? He spent a solid decade being an orphan from the middle of nowhere.
And British.
Yeah.
He had to lose his accent if he wanted to get work in Mistral.
Your boy Neptune asks, do you think Cinder will screw up the plan again this volume? Yes.
Yes.
I think she's gonna sabotage the plan. I think that's different from screwing.
No, I think she's going to screw up Salem's plan.
Well, by sabotaging it,
By accident.
I think she's gonna sabotage.
I think she can do both.
I make a distinction between
I think Cinder
sabotaging
will
and
screw up
screwing
Salem's plan by sabotaging the hero's plan.
What?
No, what?
Yes.
I
believe I have faith that the RWBY writers will find a way to make that happen.
Lord Jesus, I believe. I believe.
I
That
have
is Peter
faith in the
Rag.
fuckery of the RWBY writers.
Well, okay, we'll see.
Floof asks, did anyone else notice the shift in audio volume with Ren during some of his dialogue in the episodes? It sounded like Neith had to lean into his microphone to deliver his lines. No, that was
No,
that was
probably
him walking
was
away.
fluid.
I had noticed that because like I thought it was actually the proximity to characters that where he was actually like walking away from places.
Oh, or maybe when he was giving Yang his back.
Yeah,
you
when he
know?
was turning around from Yang and walking away, that's where I noticed it the strongest. I think it was
that they do surround mixing.
Yeah, I think it was surround mixing. Lux Infinita asks, who saw John cheating his way into Beacon coming back into relevance at any point? I know, I was surprised. I'm very happy to see it back. Like, that's something that was like basically completely unaddressed after Volume 1. So, Not All That Evil asks, how do you all feel about Robin stating that people push her away for being a lie detector? It seems like a weird thing for a person who is willing to tell a story about one of her army of extremely loyal friends, followers to say. Yeah, it's really we have no example of people pushing her away as a person. And
I can see it happening, though. I can absolutely see it happening.
Well, no, I could. Yeah, I'm with Dashie on that one. Like, it's less of a where this isn't cited, but more of a okay, that's an interesting thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense to me at the very
yeah, it
least.
makes sense, but at the same time,
Cool.
it's like
Checks
Like,
out.
she's probably talking about, like, personal relationships
Yeah.
and not trying to overthrow the government. Like, all we've seen her try to do in the show is gain a council seat and push over Jacques.
Yeah, but no one seems to have any
If only
trust
she
issues
knew
with her.
it was so easy.
No one seems to have any...
Well,
If only
we've
she-
only seen her interact with 3 other people.
Right, and she is talking about her past, just like Crow. Everybody, just like everyone. Everybody, who's always had
If
this
only
problem.
she knew that gaining a council seat was as easy as just popping a cap in someone's face.
If you kill the counselor, you become the counselor.
I am the Senate.
Ashbarian asks, can Hazel still be redeemed in terms of being a better character after torturing Oscar for Oz's mistakes?
That makes him a better character.
Absolutely. It does make him a better character.
Well, I'm still, once again, hoping for the whole, just kidding.
Yeah, let me treat your boo-boos.
Yeah, sorry about your boo-boos.
Okay, if he says that verbatim, then yes, he will be a better character. Sorry about your boo-boos.
In that really
beautiful.
deep voice. Oh yeah, that's
Perry Doritos, Raymond, how does it feel to be spiritually connected with Hazel as an Oscar beater yourself?
See, it came back to you, Raymond. I knew it was going to come back. No, I didn't think it'd be like during the questions.
I mean, Oscar was
I didn't
the
think it'd be
first
during
person.
the questions. I'd be like, it'd be after this episode that you kept talking about. That's beat up the kids. By the way, not in real life, only.
Clarify. I clarified.
Only because I put up I was like,
well, you raised a
That's
good
the only
point
reason
that people
you
wouldn't
clarify.
understand where I'm
Let's
coming
face it.
from on that angle.
Hey, in real life, you got to do what you.
No, you don't. You don't beat children.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you don't, but that's only because you don't gotta.
Okay, we're moving on. I'm not arguing this. Floof asks, why did they nerf Salem's big fat mommy milkies? Because
Did they?
What?
I thought
they?
she still had titties.
They seemed like titties to me.
I mean, they're like front and center in the shot right here.
Like literally.
it could just been the render. It
Yeah.
could just be the render.
If anything, they nerfed Yang's titties.
Oh, they always have.
Yes, they've always.
I don't even think they did that either.
yeah, for sure.
It's just the engine. The engine renders titties poorly.
Yeah. But by the way, like 1447. That's your thumbnail.
1447. Oh my god, that would crop so well into my format. Oh, if only it wasn't so blurry.
But I'm sure you can find a frame because like it pans up to Salem's face and she's in focus. I'm sure you can find a frame.
Okay. Prophetic Sage asks, do you think being tortured will leave any effect on Oscar's character? A lot of talk about torture today, but no, I don't think so. I don't think it'll change him.
No, it's
Torchwich is absolutely coming back.
Torturewick is coming back.
I will die on this hill.
Typing Loud asks, what do you think the writers are going to do with Ren for this Ren's arc this volume? It seems like he needs to learn to open up and not push people away, but he technically does open up to Jean and Yang about his feelings, so it's kind of confusing. It's like
What?
he needs to
When has he done that?
Threesome?
threesome
When has he opened up to Jean?
right now.
What?
This
This episode.
Oh well, yeah. This is not
This is
opening up.
exploding.
This is
exploding.
This
This
is
is
exploding. Yeah.
Yeah, he's opening up like a freshly shaken champagne bottle.
This episode is called Fault. So it makes me feel like, obviously relating to whose fault is it of this current situation and like what we could have done
No,
better.
it's referring to the
hope-
fault in the ice that we saw at the end of the episode.
No, it's referring to the Fault in Our Stars.
Good
Can I just
film.
say that I really don't like the name schemes for this episode? Like, this is something that they started at the end of volume... maybe at the end of volume 6. But, like, it's like these one-word titles.
Is it?
It's like,
Okay, I was wondering.
I
It
don't
was
like
just one
I don't
word.
like these. Like, back in, like, volume 1 and 2, they had episodes like Badge and the Burdened, or Burning the Candle, or The Stray, or something. It's just like... And now it's like one-word titles. I'm like, guys, what are you
It's
guys
a game.
doing?
It's a narrative game where it's like, okay, well, let's see if we can... I suppose it's a challenge for the writers, you know? Like, what word could summarize this entire episode?
It's
Clever.
it's just Blake and Sun talking, and they're like, have you ever seen an episode of RWBY and thought, it is the epitome of this word?
Well, no, but it's like, I know a lot of Game of Thrones episodes do the same.
Britt didn't get it. I got it. She said that.
No, we got it. We
Never
got it.
mind,
Volume
never mind.
5.
My like, with that, it's sort of like it's sort of like Power Rangers. There were like a couple of seasons headed by one showrunner that was very adamant on each episode having a certain number of words to it. So in like one season of it, there were only like single title episodes, and then in another season there were two word titles, and then like another season there were 3-word titles. And I think there was a 4-word title one, and then that guy got the boot because he was a terrible showrunner.
I mean, it reminds me of Family Guy, where, like, in the early days of Family Guy, every single title was supposed to have the word death in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
They axed that idea, but they talk about it sometimes in the in the commentary for season 1 of Family Guy.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, I did have season 1 of Family Guy on DVD, and I did watch the commentary for those episodes. I bet you didn't expect to learn that about me, did you?
Yeah.
God, that's almost like the time when you and Mayman got into a car. And
yeah,
individually.
Cutaway gag. What is it? Your cutaway gags are always about the cars. It's kind of weird. Like, me getting into a car? Is it because you're British and you don't drive?
No, it's because driving on the left is impractical.
What does being British have to do with not driving?
What? I'm so confused.
That's like a New York thing, Raymond.
Yeah.
What?
Just because they're both to the east of you doesn't mean...
I suppose that makes more sense for the Japanese, but no, I understand it that the British drive far less than Americans for a number of reasons. They have a different public transport system. That sort of
public transport.
They have better.
If anyone would let the Brit speak, please.
Double-decker buses.
He's been trying to answer this.
We're sorry for the cultural appropriation. Right? Please put us in our place.
We are now bent over.
Next question.
All right. Floof asks, how do you feel about them not closing the door after Weiss bitches at Whitley? Yeah, why didn't they close the door? That was annoying. Why didn't they close the door to Schnee Manor? They just left that thing hanging open.
Oh my god, who cares?
I actually did bring that up while we were reacting. I'm like, they should close
oh my god, it's a door.
They should close the door.
It's cold out. We've seen the cold is deadly.
Someone should close the door.
You're my sister.
Not all that evil asks, why is Yang so much more worried about what Weiss thinks of her not saving Amity?
Weiss. I think that's gotta be a joke.
Yeah,
everybody knows this.
I don't know what that's referring to exactly.
Well, that's when it's like, yeah, Ruby, and I'm like, oh, who's she talking to? And I think Britt said Weiss. Of course, she's clearly talking about Weiss, but
it's clearly Break.
It's a bumble.
It's clearly. Oh God, I can't speak today.
It's
clearly.
Oh, okay,
Blake.
Yeah, all right.
The joke would be. Wait, did you genuinely think?
No. I was trying to
off.
connect. I forgot the scene we were talking about, so I was like, I was trying to connect the dots, and like, oh, okay, yeah. Now I remember when we made that joke. So I was like, we made a joke like that, but where was that? I was like, oh, okay. No, I was just lost because there's a lot going on here.
Who was that?
That was not all that evil. Yeah.
Not all that evil. Are you? Was that a joke?
It was a joke. It was totally a joke.
Okay,
that was the same joke we made. Right. So it was like that's. I was like, wait, were they listening in? How did they know? Floof asks, did you guys notice the magically disappearing rock in the whole chase sequence that John? No, we're not going into that. We're not going into that stuff.
No.
Floof noticed.
Pepperidge
we can go into choreography later, but that fight was not really worth the dissection necessarily.
It was a chase scene.
I mean, chase scenes are kind of like Countess fights.
I thought it was Mario.
It was an action sequence.
I'm being so alien today. I'm sorry.
Ashbarian asks, do you guys think Salem will try to extract Ozpin from Oscar, given how they keep mentioning how both Oscar and Oz don't want their souls to be bonded as one?
Extract? How? How would they do that, Ash?
Dude, that'd be a sick ass angle to take this. Actually, it's like, hey,
sure, but how?
Bring Oscar close to death.
Okay, hear me out. It would be Salem going up to Oscar and be like, yo, Ozpin is super fucking untrustworthy. I mean, we can agree on that, right? So here's the deal, right? I can get you out of this whole situation where you are going to die, but I'm gonna need some shit from you. Can we listen? I know that you're not feeling it the same way Ozma did, so I'm gonna try a different tactic and actually try and work with you.
I love how, like, Hood
And she'd be lying.
Salem guy. Yo,
And she'd be
I'm gonna try
lying
this.
her ass off.
I need to add
But
Salem
that
in
would be
that deal
interesting.
with darkness, okay?
No, okay,
Like,
I don't
instead
think that
of-
Salem would really. Okay, no, I know. I do think Salem might do that, but I don't think that Oscar would go for that. I think she's going to take him to Atlas and stick him in one of those aura transferring pods. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
that
they do have
that was
those.
my like whole idea for like like my hypothetical fixing, where it's just they stick Oscar in one of those pods and they pull Ozpin out of it.
I mean, they did say that she does go, oh, maybe we'll have a better relationship, just you and me, Oscar, was it? Or something.
Yeah,
So,
if that
yeah,
developed
that makes
as,
sense.
oh, Oscar, I'm not going to threaten you with death. I'm going to threaten you with life.
Ooh. I like it.
Okay, here we go.
You make a good Salem, Greg. Let me just say that. You gotta you gotta be dressed up as Salem one of these times.
I
You got to
disagree.
Let's see.
cosplay.
Looney Goon asks, been meaning to ask this for a bit, but this episode brought it up. Why can't they use the creation relic to save Mantle and Atlas? They said it can only do one thing at a time, but that doesn't mean they can't just raise one really big rock that both cities are built on. Seriously, lower Atlas into the crater and lift both as one. I think they lift it as much as they can. I think it's lifting as much as it possibly can. I don't think...
It's a creation
Yeah.
relic, right? I use it to create another creation relic.
Hey, now. No.
Yeah,
There's rules.
Big.
I mean, that's actually what I thought. I mean, Raymond brought up, or one of you brought up, that like maybe they destroyed the beacon
Yeah.
relic, and then I was thinking, well, the creation relic becomes even more important because they need the creation relic to create another beacon relic.
Which was... What was the beacon relic? Choice. Typing Loud asks, what are your impressions on Yang worrying over Blake, what Blake thinks of her? Do you think the writers...
I was wise.
Do you think the writers could have built it up properly, or are they potentially setting up conflict between them? Based on Volume 7...
I don't know what you mean they could have set it up properly. It's just like, they gave them like a whole relationship in the last volume. I mean, yes, they could have given them a whole relationship over the last 7 volumes, but like, they did as good as they could, alright? They're not good writers.
Based on Volume 7 and what Miles said about cutting down the episodes, which conflicts or plot points do you think will be dropped or wound up anticlimactic? Everything.
I think they do all the cutting before they start writing.
Crawling in my skin. Oh, sorry, wrong kind of cutting.
No, that's just Carrie. He's just
No.
over there, like
Oh,
giving himself a scar.
No, I didn't
Stop.
specify which writer. I was just
Stop.
making a crawling joke. Oh, I don't. That's sad. I love Carrie.
man.
Look, I want to hug Carrie. You know, when COVID, when this whole like lockdown situation is over, I'm going to go to RTX and I'm going to ask to hug Carrie.
Just
So
a hug.
Yeah. He's a good boy, man. I think of all the writers, he has probably the most talent.
Carrie, call me.
I mean, he like mostly directs based on the Volume 7 commentary.
Yeah.
And like the visuals are better than they were.
Yeah.
In a lot of the previous episodes.
Nuria Age asks, question, how dumb is Crow, Robin, and Marrow? Using Robin's power is the best idea. Why don't they do the smart thing? Robin could just prove if I think they needed a colon there. Robin can prove if Watts was planning to betray them. Robin can prove if Crow killed Clover. If Robin and Crow's fault, it being Robin's and Crow's fault, it being dumb as fuck, admittedly. Robin can prove if anyone is lying and what their plans are. Yes, I agree with all that. Robin can just prove a lot of these things.
Well, I mean, like, okay, but what if she somehow got Ironwood in her grasp again and revealed his lies to the Aesops? He's probably like, I mean, she's probably like the most dangerous person to his manipulation of everything.
And that's why Hera was about to take her offer. She was going to open the door, her cage, I guess. And then Mara was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, we're supposed to be following the rules.
I
like
just
Mara
like
does.
the idea. It's like Marrow goes like, all right, Ironwood, now about that promotion I was passed up over.
Yeah.
And Iron was like,
So, I hear you need another counselor. Honestly, if he tried to be all slimy and get, like, his own power, first of all, be glad that I called that he was a bad guy. And then, second, be impressed that they actually wrote him like one.
Second question, this is about the plot. Season 7 was all about how they failed to finish the tower in time, but now the tower is finished and all they need is Ironwood, the person who wanted...
Because Pietro is working with the huntresses who stole all the supplies. It's not some, like, weird plot hole. It makes sense.
Yeah, the person who wanted to launch the tower is
finishes him.
Not doing it so that Team Penny can do... Like, they don't have the relic either to launch it. Like, they need the relic to launch the tower. Like,
no, they don't need the relic to launch the tower. They need the relic to keep Atlas afloat.
I know, I thought that was, like, part of their... That they were going to move the relic to the tower.
No, that was Ironwood's plan, because the huntresses stole all his supplies. Now that they have Pietro and the supplies, they don't need the relic anymore.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay.
This is what I get for, like, trying to abridge Volume 7. I understand all of the writing on the wall. I got the Sherlock Mind Palace stuff happening in front of me when I'm writing the abridged episodes.
Okay. Question:
You hear all the inside goss.
Why is Wise so mean to her brother? We don't know.
She's
typing loud. Is the Oscar tortured porn too much? Clashes with it. We've already covered that enough. Looney Goon asked, does Oscar need an adult more when he's with Salem or Hazel?
Oscar doesn't need an adult. He has too many adults in his life.
Yeah, he has one inside of him.
That's a good question, though. I like it.
And Hazel's just trying to punch him out.
I'll go Salem for that answer.
Sansa Sassy cleaning up a little bit. That's nice. Not All That Evil asks, given that someone brought up him cheating his way into Beacon, what are the chances John gets a fight to prove his worth? He's going to.
Yeah.
Didn't we do that in, like, season 1?
I think we've given John several fights to prove.
Yeah, like that was like the thing is like I think it'd be better if it's just sort of like Ren just being like, look, Ren, John, you've proven yourself enough time and time again. I shouldn't have brought that up. Like it should have been like, that's what we need. We don't need a fight to have like John be a one-upmanship to Ren or anything like that. We don't need that. We don't need to reaffirm John for the billionth fucking time. We need just Ren being a decent guy and like thinking it over logically. Like, look, John, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
well, he's the leader.
They're building up to a Ren apology.
It's not a. It's. I don't think it was Ren saying like you're not worth leading us, or you're not worth anything. He was pointing out that they are all over their heads. Mm-hmm. And John was like, actually, no, we're not over our heads. We're doing just fine. And then he was like, dude, you couldn't even get into this school. You had to cheat to get here. That is how over this head this is.
Yeah.
Actually, that was like, Yang that was saying that. Jean just wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
And wanted
you're a
to
good
stop.
leader. Or at least, like, Jean is a competent leader to their team. And has done very decent work, and has, you know, after unlocking the semblance, has become much more useful. But that's not connected to his own ability, I suppose. Just a thing that happened to him.
Combining these two questions, because they actually are really related. Yang in Lux Infinita asks, when Cinder inevitably leaves the whale, do you think Salem will send some combination of Mercury, Tyrion, Hazel, or the Hound after her? And then following that up with Lux's question, which is, when Salem inevitably finds out that Cinder snuck out against her explicit orders, how severe do you think the punishment is going to be, and what might it be? I don't know. I'm actually expecting some kind of like 4D chess thing where Salem's like, I knew you would sneak out if I told you not to sneak out, and I wanted you to sneak out. Like, I'm expecting that.
That's the last thing I want.
I would expect that, but with better wording. Well, okay, I would expect that, but the way to do that well would be, oh, I know that would happen. I was stuck in a tower for, like, 5,000 years. I know how much you wanted to, like, go out and prove yourself.
Nice. I got better wording. How about, it's not like I wanted you to leave, but...
Dashie's got us.
I absolutely knew that you would
Dashie's got us.
Go on.
Just saying.
No. Okay.
Verbatim, guys.
Lunigoon asks, do you think Crunchy's power to call forth a massive horde of Grimm is better than the Weavern's power to spawn them? Considering we saw the Weavern exactly doing that stuff like once, and we haven't really seen it again. I don't know. Maybe. Depends how they're used. Like, they're both good powers.
I think Crunchy's power is better, and it seems to have more range too. Like there was Grimm coming in front of him to pass him to get to the hunts, fucking John and Ren and stuff. Like it was a big like range.
Maxwell Comics Inc. asks, do you guys wish that the maidens would use more magic like Salem does rather than basic elements? Yes. Although maybe that's all they could do.
I wish the maidens would just use more than one element. Like, oh, Penny, I'm using wind.
Didn't she use fire?
I'm gonna blow these guys.
That was fine when we assumed that they could only they're each connected to one. But no, if they can do all of them, then why not all of them?
And then, why is Ren downplaying the victory of their group? As Ironwood himself said, face down terrors no one could even imagine. It's why he gave them licenses. They even said last volume it was trivial RWBY is a prodigy who got in early and has outperformed and kept up with everyone else since the show started, and John has more than earned his keep. Next time Ren needs a healing session or an aura amp, John should just tell him, nah, fam. I mean, you raised legitimately good points, but I think Ren is just super stressed about the situation because he's just like, now they're against Ironwood. They are against the guy that told them, you guys are really good at this. And now he's like, what if we're wrong? What if that guy was right, but we're making the wrong choice now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was more calling their decision making into question.
Not problem solving, decision making. There's a difference.
There are some decent
No. I'm making the clarification. Like, he's asking about their problem solving.
No, Fatman said
decision making. Yeah. What I'm saying is the fact is their huntress credentials are their problem solving credentials, whereas their decision making credentials are unrelated to being huntsmen, and I think that's what's getting blurred with Ren. I think Ren is like mixing all that stuff up, or maybe I am. Maybe I'm just trying to like make connections where there aren't.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, but I don't think it's about their physical ability to see a problem and then beat it up. Like, I think it's more about like their like intellectual ability to, work in like all of these like turning gears and turning cogs and shit of these machinations and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily their physical prowess that he's talking down about.
No, I concur. Rick Starts asks, did you think the song introduced during the chase was kind of out of place for the seriousness of the scene? I didn't really notice the song.
No, it was like a Mario Kart, like Rick was saying, or whatever. It was like a adventure, like action. I mean, not adventure.
It worked well enough.
I mean, like, has there been a song that worked well in any of the scenes since Volume 2?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I don't even listen to the songs in the episodes anymore.
Kumoku asks, who would be most fitting to die this season from the main cast? I'd say Weiss, but I doubt they're brave enough to kill a main character. Pietro.
God, if they killed off Ren...
That would be something.
The main cast.
That would be something.
And he says Weiss, so...
I feel like Nora getting her scar... I mean, they could just beat the shit out of Nora this entire volume and end with her dying. Like, that would be... Because the thing is, I don't see her dying if she had these scars.
Nora died. This is a redhead.
To beat the shit out of Nora and then kill Ren.
Possibly.
No, guys, no.
You just don't want people to die, Dashie.
Oh, I'm not happy about it. I'm just like, what are
I
they
mean,
gonna do?
it'll be super interesting. Okay, I'm not all about the rainbows and the whatever. But no, I mean, it's cool.
Are they gonna finally kill off Crow? I feel like they're not going to kill off Crow just because of him dealing with this grief that he's dealing with now. That's going to be his thing, so I don't think they're going to kill him off.
I'm gonna stick with Ironwood. Aaron, which
Floof, I'm not gonna ask that question. That's getting into the nitty gritty of stuff at this point.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna skip it. Though it's a legitimate point, but it's too small for us to cover right now.
We've been going on for a while.
Dr. Destiny 42 asks, do you think Crunchy, the Hound, Summer Esquire, Torchwich, Caesar, Wepwawet, Fenrir, Iscariot, Skinwalker III is going to kill any one of the main or secondary characters? Or do you think it's he's only going to sit and hold Oscar there for the rest of the volume? I don't know.
No, he's not going to do that.
I think
he's
well,
gonna
first
do
of
some
all,
shit.
he's not even holding Oscar right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad that you used his proper full name.
And that's Mr. All his names. To you.
I don't think they have a
Star
gender.
asks, did you find it as frustrating as I did that Yang didn't zip up her jacket or her thigh thing?
Oh my god. Guys.
It's a legitimate point. Cold is a serious threat out there, and they're bringing it up.
No,
Sure,
I would actually,
Keep
if
in
I
mind.
was freezing to death in a blizzard and someone had like a tank top and not zipping up their coat, I'm like, what?
Yeah, but sometimes boobs will get hot. Boobs get
That's
hot.
the point. That's
Hard
a
to
good
beat
thing.
It's a blizzard!
That's what you want.
Guys, we're freezing to death.
I mean, they did shrink. Maybe they're like, like shrinkage, like balls. They just shrivel. So
Okay, we're almost at the end here. We have two more left. Katrinia said, do you think
Hey, Katrinia.
Oscar will actually talk, or will he keep his mouth shut about Jin? If he doesn't say anything, then do you think Salem will kidnap another one of the main characters in order to get Oscar to talk?
And then she just has all of the main characters lined up, all being held by like Crunchy is like holding one of them in his teeth and one of them in his like paw, and then another one.
and he grows
then he's got,
another
like,
hand. Don't forget, he grows stuff to adapt. Remember that.
Yeah, he's just like he's just gonna adapt into like this like multi-armed monstrosity holding
Tentacle
all of the main
Grim. Yes,
characters.
I've been waiting for Tentacle Grim.
I mean, like, they could literally just kidnap another main character and ask them, because they know the words to unlock the lamp because he yelled it at them. Like, everyone knows it's Jin. And, like, if she finds out they all know that, literally she could just kidnap, I don't know, I'm trying to think of who would break first. Probably Yang or Blake. Just kidnap one of them. Fuck, you could probably get Ren to tell you.
Aren't you sick of all these nerds?
I don't know, but I all of a sudden I can't wait for. I want to see an interaction between Salem and Maria. I want Maria to be like, "Bitch, you don't need no word, okay? Just kill me. Just kill me."
I would like that as a scene, like Salem and Maria,
Right?
and then like they recognize or like
What?
she recognizes Maria as like the other Silver-Eyed
Oh.
Warrior, and it's just like, wait, I thought Tot killed you.
But she's like 4 feet shorter. How is she going to recognize her?
All of the skull paraphernalia that she has.
You're literally the
She's
most.
the only one allowed to wear
Just be like,
skulls.
you're
Gotcha.
literally the most Mexican-looking person here. You're like,
No, she's not concerned about the fact that she was a Silver-Eyed Warrior. It's just like, Salem is just.
she's
I
killing
need
his
some more
darkness.
Hispanic cards,
She's buying
guys.
that racism.
It's okay.
It's just like,
you guys
you
are
never,
lucky. You guys are lucky that I'm Hispanic. I swear to God.
We love you.
Shut up.
It's like,
Or
you
part,
didn't
anyway.
expect to see that another Silver-Eyed Warrior survived. She was like, oh yeah, that's why I was uncomfortable around you. Yeah.
All right, final question. Breezy asks, do you think Oscar/Osmond will manage to get through to Hazel and convince him to switch sides? Considering his sister was likely killed by a Grimm, I never understood his... I don't know.
No, she wasn't killed by a Grimm because Hazel is working with Salem. She was killed in the landing strategy test.
She was impaled on a tree.
Yeah, that's just what happened.
No, she was actually a victim of one of the food fights that they never really put
Oh yeah,
on.
yeah.
You know?
No, that...
Remember those things?
Yeah.
those
She got
baguettes are
impaled
sharp.
by a swordfish.
All right, guys.
All right. Thank you all for your wonderful questions. Thank you all for sticking with us throughout all this. Now, a reminder that if you want to ask a question, you too can join the Team Frostbite Discord server, the Tundra, for donating $1 or more to mine, Fatman, or Dashie's Patreon. when you do that, you get access to all of the Tundra, where you can hang out with us on a regular basis. And of course, you can ask those questions. I would love to give a shout out to all of my wonderful patrons who should be on screen sometime around now. And thank you all for following us throughout this episode. Any final remarks?
No, just Crunchy best boy. That's it.
Best boy. Mm-hmm. All right.
I want a plushie of Crunchy.
Yes. Yes. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you all on the flip side.
Bye.
Hey.